Traders in the building, welcome to the first episode of Let's Get Funded. And welcome back to the channel, man. I'm excited for this one. As you can tell from the thumbnail, this marks the first of many videos that I'll be dropping on the channel from now until I get funded. So subscribe to the channel right now, as I know that this piece of content will be useful for those looking to get funded and or seeking for consistency. Now at the moment it's unclear how many videos this series will be. It will all depend on how long it takes me to get funded. Now of course I'll be sharing each and every trade that I take on my Telegram channel, so if you are interested in seeing that, you can tap the link down below to join or scan the QR code. That is where I'll be sharing my thoughts, my ideas, my perspective and everything else, and I will never charge you for anything. Everything is for free. In case there is someone using my name, not that I'm aware of, in case there is someone using this channel to scam other people, be mindful of that. Without wasting time, let's get straight to the video. So I have just bought a $5,000 high stake challenge with the 5ERS for $39. Very affordable considering the trading conditions that they gave you compared to its competition, and the fact that they've been around since from 2016 for me just adds a cherry on top. Now I chose to go with the 5ERS for quite a few reasons, highlight being that they are very affordable and have a good reputation. So for those who are wondering what a Propfirm is, a Propfirm is a company that provides skillful traders with access to capital in return for a percentage of profits generated. So if you are interested in trading a Propfirm account, do your research on that. I am not about to go into detail explaining what a Propfirm is. I still have a challenge to pass, people, please. I am currently down 2% on my phase 1 challenge account, and these are the trades that I took. I took these two trades on Tuesday, this was on Wednesday, and this was on a Thursday, which I ended up losing more than I had risked initially. At any point in time, I don't risk more than $48 per trade. At most, the most that I can risk is $50. So I'm assuming maybe there was slippage and or spread involved. I don't know. 5ERS can explain that. So as you can see, I'm currently down $109.32. So for me to pass this phase, I need to make $400 profit, which is the goal at the moment. So let me take you guys to the chart and show you why I took these trades that I took, why I lost so big and won so small. Okay, we are here now. This is the gold chart on a 4-hour time frame, and I'm about to walk you guys through the trades that I took last week. And so these are the analysis that I had for the week. So as you can see, gold is caught up in a bearish channel, right? So for me, during the weekend last week, I had anticipated that gold was not going to break out of this channel. It was just going to continue moving to the downside. The reason was, at that time, the dollar index was very strong, right? It was showing to be bullish at that time. It was showing that it is trying to break that resistance that it had created over that high. So my expectation was for gold to continue coming down as it was coming down, right? So now when we opened on Monday, we were somewhere below these areas over here, below this support. We opened somewhere around this area over here, right? I'll go to a smaller time frame and show you guys everything. I just want to talk you through everything step by step so you understand. So for me, initially I thought this being a significant area of support. I mean, you see how price got there, supported, got there, and it went up. Again, it went up, right? And again, when it was somewhere around here, it went up, came back, went up. So for me, it was an area of significance, right? Same way price went below and then it sold from there. So I was watching that area as an area where I am interested to sell from, right? So now let's go to a smaller time frame so that you can see everything clearly. Let's go ahead and let me show you guys what happened. So as soon as the market opened, we had something like this. So there's an indicator that I like to use so that we don't get confused. Allow me to do that. Just a few seconds rather. This is the trading indicator. If you want it, you can go and search it, man. It's such a beautiful indicator. Day of the week by this guy over here. Shout out to you, man. You did something good with this one. So as you can see, so the gray line is the weekend. This is the weekend. This is Monday, Tuesday, and so on and so forth, right? So we opened, or rather before we opened during the weekend, we were somewhere around here. And so this was an area that I had marked that should price get back to that area, I am interested to sell from there, right? But now guess what? As soon as the market opened, we saw how price then immediately broke above that structure, right? And around that time, I was not watching the market. I was asleep, right? So as it broke that structure, to me then, as soon as I woke up, I realized that, and I was like, okay, maybe this resistance that I had marked over here is no longer as significant as I thought it was. So maybe I should start looking for buyers, right? And so I did exactly that. I was like, okay, you know what? Now that price is above this area over here, let me place a buy limit over here, and should price hopefully get back to that support, I'm interested to enter for a long position. And unfortunately for me, as you can see over here, price missed me by a few pips, honestly, but I was not phased by that because I was following my plan, and so I was comfortable not to chase any trades. That's how I do it. I don't like to chase setups, and I don't like to allow FOMO to get the best of me, right? So now, as soon as price did that, now mind you, I had this plan that I was gonna sell here, and if price breaks above, then I was gonna buy here. Now that price didn't give me both of those opportunities, I was now skeptical to even enter any trade, because at that point I would be trading something outside of my plan, like selling at this resistance. I knew that there was a resistance over there. However, I was not comfortable to sell from there because I didn't plan for that trade on that particular day, which maybe was a mistake. I don't know. I'm still gonna go back to my drawing board and review that. Maybe I should have traded. I don't know at the moment. I need to go and back test, and then I'll tell you guys, because I'm still following my rules at this point, right? So on Monday there was no trade, so Monday is out. So now Tuesday, we open on Tuesday, and I notice we are below this area of resistance over here. So now let me go back so you can see, guys. This is an area where price, anytime it got there, it rejected, it got there, it rejected, got there, rejected. So for me, it was an area that I was really interested to sell from, as it was showing to reject each and every time price gets there, right? So now I made another plan to say, okay, now that we had made this area of resistance over here, I'm interested to sell should price get to that area, and I'm targeting these lows. And so price gave me that opportunity. Soon as it was just a stressful trade. Soon as price triggered me in the trade, it just went into drawdown. And so it went into drawdown, crazy drawdown, and I was like, maybe I'm about to hit my stop loss at this point. And then I started to detach from that trade. And then luckily for me, price came back and went into profits with a 1:1, right? And that is where I was now. That is where I actually took my stop loss and locked it on entry, because I was looking at this trade like, okay, if this price was supposed to come down, it shouldn't have broken that resistance over there. That's what I thought at the back of my head. However, I still convinced myself to say, okay, maybe, because it happens in the market. Sometimes your trade will go into drawdown before it goes into profits. It just happens each and every time. Trade went back, unfortunately, and then it hit my stop loss. So somewhere around here, it hit my stop loss. But I didn't lose anything. It was somewhere around here. I remember my entry, the stop loss that I had placed somewhere around here, and then price went down with that wick over there. So when price did that, then I was like, okay, maybe I locked my trade too early. Maybe I should have let the trade run, either hit my stop loss or hit my take profit. That is when I placed another sell limit again, and that's where price then took me out completely with a loss. The next day came. So again, I made a plan for this trade, and I was like, okay, seeing that price broken above this resistance, though it came back below it, I was still bullish at this point, because clearly we have broken above the trend line. Also, if you go to a higher time frame, there's the trend line that we had drawn on a higher time frame. So price broken above the trend line, and price broken above that resistance. So at that point, I was like, you know what, I will buy above this area over here, this support over here. And then price, fortunately, it gave me that position. But unfortunately, the thing was, during that day, I had no electricity, and so my phone was on 4%, right? And so I couldn't hold the trade as much as I would have wanted to, or rather, I couldn't have monitored the trade. So I decided to lock the trade. As soon as it went into profits. I then locked my stop loss on entry, and unfortunately, when New York came in, it took me out. That's how I ended up losing this trade, putting me on break even on that particular trade. So then on Thursday, I'm like, okay, this support is a valid support, right? So I'm interested to buy. Actually, I didn't even look at that one. I marked this low over here, and I said, I'm interested to buy should price get here, or I'm interested to sell should price get there. Depending on where price gets to first, that was how I was going to react towards this market. However, as I was watching price, seeing how there was no momentum with these candlesticks, I then felt like, okay, maybe price is not gonna go to this to these lows over here. So then I placed a buy limit around this area over here, as you can see with this thing over here. I did that, and as soon as price triggered me in, it just went into losses. That is where I ended up losing more than I had risked. I don't know how, because my stop loss, I had a stop loss, and I had a take profit, and I had everything. then price hit my stop loss. I'm assuming then it was slippage, like I said, or it was slippage and spread, I don't know, like I said. So then I ended up losing $67 on this particular trade, and then from there I was feeling emotional, I won't lie. I was feeling frustrated because now I'm counting, it means I'm down 2% on this trade, and then on this trade I could have won, I didn't make anything, and then on this one I lost, and then on that one I lost, and then I'm thinking to myself, oh man, I'm about to lose it, because I wanted to trade again. However, I was like, you know what, let me follow my plan and do nothing, right? And then Friday came. On Friday, by the way, I don't trade, especially if there's fundamentals. I only trade Fridays if there's not much happening. If there's fundamentals, I don't trade. And as you can see, this is NFP. NFP then just broke a dropped price back below this area over here. So maybe when we open Monday, we are going to see price continuing to go to the downside. However, anything could happen really. So if you want to know my bias on gold for the week that is coming, you need to wait for the video that will drop after this one, the weekly analysis that, like I always do, I always drop weekly analysis video, man. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, comment something nice in the comment section, and thank you for watching up to this far. I love you guys. See you next week, same time, same place, and I am out.